Chosen one, pause for a moment and become aware of where you are right now. This is not a random pause in your day, and this is not a message you simply stumbled upon. You were drawn here by intention, by divine timing, by a hand far greater than your own, arranging the steps you could not see. Heaven has aligned this moment with precision, and the Spirit of God is gently but firmly reminding you that you are standing at the edge of something significant, something sacred, something that has been prepared for you long before you ever had the language to pray for it. What you are receiving right now is not casual encouragement, and it is not empty motivation. This is impartation. Your spirit is being adjusted, but your vision is being recalibrated, and your heart is being awakened to what has already been set in motion. There is a supernatural release unfolding around you, a breakthrough that has been quietly developing beneath the surface, waiting for the exact moment when you would be ready to recognize it. This is not coincidence. This is convergence. You may have wondered how you arrived here, how life brought you to this precise point after all the twists, delays, and unanswered questions. But understand this clearly: nothing in your journey has been wasted. Every closed door, every detour, every season that felt unproductive or painfully slow was part of a larger orchestration. Heaven was not withholding from you. Heaven was preparing you. You were being positioned for a level of blessing, clarity, and responsibility that required depth, maturity, and spiritual strength. The silence you endured was not absence, it was alignment. The waiting you resented was not denial, it was protection. There were things you asked for that arrived late only because arriving early would have broken you. God did not forget your name. He was guarding your future. While you were questioning the timing, heaven was refining your character. While you were asking why things weren't moving, God was ensuring that when they did move, they would move with stability and purpose. You are stepping into a chapter where purpose and provision meet, where your calling begins to connect with the resources, relationships, and opportunities needed to sustain it, where destiny stops feeling distant and starts unfolding in real time. And part of this unfolding involves connection, not shallow connection, not temporary companionship, but alignment. The kind of alignment that only happens when heaven decides the timing is right. The person God is bringing into your life is not an accident. Their arrival is intentional, measured, and precise. This is not about emotional excitement or surface-level attraction. This is about divine infrastructure. This is about heaven building support systems around the calling placed on your life. You are entering a season where walking alone is no longer required, but walking wisely is essential. You have carried weight that most people never saw. You held responsibilities that were invisible to applause. You survived battles that left marks on your spirit, not because you were weak, but because you were chosen to grow deeper than others. The nights you questioned your worth, the moments you wondered if God still heard you, the times you felt unseen or misunderstood, all of it shaped you. Those experiences carved wisdom into you that comfort never could. You were trained in solitude because your spirit needed space to develop without distraction. You needed time to hear God's voice clearly without competing noise. You needed isolation not as punishment, but as preparation. And now that season is shifting. Solitude has done its work. The growth has taken root. The foundation has been laid. Heaven does not introduce alignment casually. When God sends someone toward you in this season, it is because something in you is ready to be activated. This connection is not meant to fill emptiness. It is meant to awaken purpose. Their presence will not destabilize you. It will steady you. Their arrival will not confuse your path. It will clarify it. There is a difference between people who are drawn to you and people who are assigned to you. Assigned connections carry peace, not pressure. They feel less like emotional intensity and more like quiet confirmation. When this alignment appears, something inside you will settle, not because everything is perfect, but because everything is purposeful. Appointment brings a calm that attraction alone never can. You have been standing at the boundary of a supernatural shift, not just spiritually, but emotionally and practically as well. God is repositioning you for a new level of authority and responsibility. And with that comes relationship that can support the weight of what is being entrusted to you. Heaven never releases blessings of magnitude into unprepared hands. That is why your preparation felt so intense. That is why the stretching seemed relentless. That is why you were pushed into moments where God was your only anchor. Those seasons built discernment in you. They taught you how to listen beyond words, how to sense alignment beyond appearance, how to recognize truth beyond performance. You are no longer led by desperation or illusion. You are led by wisdom and spiritual awareness. That is why what is coming next will feel different from everything you've known before. The connection approaching your life will not demand that you shrink. It will not require you to abandon your calling or dilute your convictions. It will not compete with the light you carry. Instead, it will honor it. This person has their own depth, their own refinement, their own story of endurance. They understand spiritual weight because they have carried it. They understand obedience because they have practiced it. And that shared understanding is what creates alignment. You are not stepping into something fragile. What God is building around you has survived pruning, waiting, and refinement. It is fortified, not fragile. And just as you were shaped in hidden places, so was what is being sent toward you. Heaven does not rush sacred things. It reveals them at the right time. Right now, conversations are being aligned, paths are being adjusted, and circumstances are shifting in ways you may not yet see. But the movement has already begun. The vision you've carried, the prayer you whispered, the hope you almost let go of, all of it is converging. The appointed time is approaching, and it will not fail. Your role in this season is awareness. Stay spiritually awake, stay grounded, stay receptive. Do not confuse familiarity with safety, and do not reject peace simply because it feels unfamiliar. What is coming is not meant to overwhelm you. It is meant to support you. It is not meant to distract you from your purpose. It is meant to walk with you into it. Everything is working together even now. The timing, the alignment, the preparation. You are here because God is moving. You are here because something holy is unfolding. And as this chapter opens, you are being invited to step forward with trust, maturity, and faith, but knowing that the same God who carried you through the waiting is now guiding you into the fulfillment. Chosen one, as this next movement unfolds, understand that you are not merely entering a relationship or a season of connection. You are stepping into a holy assignment that carries consequence, influence, and responsibility. Heaven is not casual with convergence. When God brings two lives into alignment at this level, it is because something larger than comfort is at stake. Purpose is involved. Legacy is involved. Impact is involved. You are being invited into partnership, not dependency. This is important for you to grasp deeply. You have already learned how to stand alone. You have already proven your resilience. You have already survived seasons that required you to rely solely on God. That strength was necessary, but it was never meant to be your permanent posture. God is now calling you into a different kind of strength, the strength that comes from shared vision and mutual obedience. The companion being sent toward you is not coming to rescue you, and you are not being asked to rescue them. This is not a bond formed through brokenness, but through wholeness. Both of you have been healed enough, refined enough, and awakened enough to walk together without losing yourselves. This is a meeting of two people who know who they are in God, and that is why the alignment will feel stable instead of chaotic. When this person enters your life, their presence will not create noise. It will create clarity. You will notice that conversations feel grounding rather than draining. Time spent together will feel restorative rather than confusing. Their words will sharpen your vision, not blur it. Their support will strengthen your obedience, not weaken your resolve. You will not feel the need to perform, prove, or protect yourself. You will feel seen without exposure and known without pressure. But hear this clearly, chosen one. With divine partnership comes divine responsibility. You are being entrusted with something sacred, and sacred things must be stewarded with care. Old survival habits cannot follow you into this season. The reflex to withdraw, to test love, to anticipate abandonment, or to maintain emotional distance for self-protection must be surrendered. Those patterns served you when love was unsafe. They will sabotage you when love is aligned. You are not being asked to abandon wisdom. You are being asked to release fear. Discernment remains essential, but discernment is not suspicion. Guarding your heart does not mean closing it. This season requires openness anchored in prayer, not walls built from past pain. What is being sent toward you does not require battle readiness. It requires presence. This connection will reveal parts of you that were dormant, not deficient. Dreams you placed on pause will begin to stir again. Vision you buried under responsibility will rise. Faith that grew quiet during long waiting seasons will become bold again. This person will not push you toward God, but walking with them will naturally draw you closer to Him. That is how you will know the alignment is real. There will be moments where vulnerability feels uncomfortable. You have learned how to be strong, how to carry weight, how to endure quietly. Allowing someone to see you clearly may feel unfamiliar, but vulnerability here is not weakness. It is trust, and trust is the language of divine partnership. You are not being exposed to be wounded. You are being seen to be supported. Do not expect perfection from this person, and do not demand it from yourself. Divine assignment does not erase humanity. There will be quiet days, ordinary moments, times where growth looks subtle instead of dramatic. Do not confuse peace with lack of passion. Do not mistake stability for stagnation. What heaven builds is often steady before it is spectacular. Be mindful of the voice you allow to guide you in this season. Past disappointment will try to speak. Fear will try to predict loss. Trauma will try to rewrite the future based on old endings. But those voices do not have authority here. This season is not a repeat, it is a redemption. What you are stepping into has been prepared, protected, and preserved. Once alignment settles, acceleration will follow. Doors that resisted you before will open with ease. Opportunities will find you instead of you chasing them. Provision will increase, not because you are striving harder, but because you are aligned deeper. Unity unlocks momentum. Heaven responds to obedience, and obedience multiplied by partnership produces expansion. You will notice that your prayers shift. They will become clearer, bolder, more specific. You will pray not just for survival, but for building. Not just for relief, but for legacy. This is because your season is changing from endurance to establishment. God is moving you from holding on to building forward. Protect what is being given to you. Guard it with prayer. Nurture it with patience. Honor it with integrity. Do not rush it, and do not neglect it. Divine things grow best in environments of reverence. Create space for honesty, for communication, for mutual growth. This connection is not meant to consume your identity. It is meant to strengthen it. Remember this, chosen one. Heaven does not elevate what cannot be sustained. The reason this is happening now is because you are ready. You have the discernment to recognize alignment, the maturity to steward it, and the humility to honor it. The waiting shaped you. The solitude refined you. The pruning prepared you. You are not stepping into this season uncertain or unqualified. You are stepping into it equipped. The same God who walked with you through loneliness is now walking with you into partnership. The same God who held you together in silence is now speaking through alignment. Let your spirit remain open. Let your heart remain soft. Let your faith remain active. What is unfolding is not small, and it is not temporary. It is wholly intentional and anchored in purpose. You are moving from preparation into participation, from waiting into walking, from surviving into building. This is your moment of convergence, purpose meeting purpose, timing meeting readiness, obedience meeting reward. Walk forward without fear. Walk forward with trust. Walk forward knowing that heaven has gone before you and remains beside you. Your next chapter is no longer approaching. It has begun.